Hey folks, thought I would shoot a video today to remember and honor the passing of Adam West, who passed yesterday. Um, for a lot of us, Adam West was our first Batman. His show was the first exposure we had to that great character. I myself am a huge comic book geek. These days I tend to get more of my comic book fix from movies than I do from actual comics, but and without a doubt, Batman is my favorite character. Love Batman. Loved all of the superheroes growing up, but Batman, I think, had a special appeal to me. Um, as someone who's probably, like we all have experienced bullies and people meaning to do us harm, and for those of us who have a hard time getting a grip on that. I think that part of the appeal of Batman, because everybody talks about, well, he didn't have any powers. I think part of the appeal, though, was that he was this superhero who was scary. Put the fear back into the criminals instead of the good people, trying to live their lives. So with this show, it was probably pretty unique in that it can be watched two ways. As a child, I took it seriously. These were villains that were trying to do Batman in. They put them in those diabolical traps, and is this the end of Batman? Tune in next week, same Bat channel, same Bat time. And for me, it was a serious superhero show. Now, as an adult, I watch it with very different eyes. The comedy on this show was incredible, and Adam West played it brilliantly. And remember too that in the early '60s, coming up to the mid '60s, Batman was not a very popular character in DC Comics. I hear actually thought about maybe even canceling his comic book, and it was really this particular show, when it exploded, it brought Batman back up into the light. So even though the show itself, the Adam West Batman is more of a comedic figure, without that happening, we may not have a Dark Knight, the gritty, tough Batman that we know today. Might not have happened. So how do I feel about this Batman? I always have a hard time because that discussion comes up. How do you rank Batman, the men who've played Batman? And Adam West is always the tough one for me to put in there, because he played a very different Batman than all of the rest. Maybe one day, maybe that would be a good video one day. How do you rank the men who played Batman? But so Adam West, he's up there. I don't know exactly where to put him, because, like I said, he's playing a very different type character, but he's certainly up there. I'll always appreciate his show. So before I ramble too long and make this video too long, let me get into the collection. These are what I'm about to show you are just the movies, the big movies that I have, and that feature Adam West. All right, so the first thing, this was a big hole. This is the box set, Blu-ray box set for the 60s TV show. This was a big hole in my collection until last year when around Thanksgiving, Amazon marked it way down. I think I paid $40 for this set, which when it came out it was like 100 and I don't know, 150, I don't know. So it was definitely more than what I was willing to pay, and when they marked it down at Thanksgiving, I grabbed it. Pull it out and let you see some of the characters that they have on the seasons. This is season 1. Of course, Burgess Meredith as the Penguin. I cannot remember the actor's name who played Alfred, but Frank Gorshin, of course, playing the Riddler. And of course, the whole packaging is done in some really bright colors that you not normally associate with Batman, but that was this show, the great show that it is. Of course, season 2, Julie Newmar as Catwoman. Had to make sure that was Julie. It is by far my favorite Catwoman. Though I appreciate Eartha Kitt and Lee Merriweather, but Julie Newmar was something. Of course, Vincent Price as Egghead. I do not remember the actor who played Mr. Freeze, nor do I remember the one that played King Tut. That is season 2. And then season 3, of course, Cesar Romero as the Joker. Yvonne Craig playing Batgirl. And finally, an older picture. It looks like a picture of Commissioner Gordon and Chief O'Hara. Why they're wearing those ridiculous get-ups, I don't know. And then, of course, it came with the book, and there is the dynamic duo, Adam West as Batman, Burt Ward as Robin. It has a lot of pictures and episode numbers and airing dates and so forth. The great series, just fantastic series. Then, of course, on Blu-ray, Batman the movie, one of the greatest comedies of all time. Love this movie. Top 10 movie for me. I mean, just brilliant. Just great. So that was that movie, and that movie occurred, I believe, between the first and second seasons. Lee Merriweather came in and played Catwoman, I believe, because I think that Julie Newmar wasn't available. So we have the TV series and Batman the movie, the great Batman the movie. This is a documentary, Batman, Holy Batmania. has four. Actually, this particular DVD is actually 2 discs. It actually has 2 documentaries a piece on them. But all 4 documentaries run 44 minutes. The first one is Batman, Holy Batmania. The second one is Adam West, Behind the Cowl. The third one is Cesar Romero, in a class by himself. And then the fourth one is Julie Newmar, The Cat's Meow. Then, this comes from, I believe, 77 or 78. 78, it looks like, is the copyright on here. But it's Legends of the Superheroes. And basically, this is 2 programs. That is Adam West and Burt Ward on the front. You can see Batman getting hit by Solomon Grundy. It was 2 shows. It was The Challenge and The Roast. The Roast is hosted by Ed McMahon, of all people. Very corny stuff, but still cool to have. And then there was the live action movie, 2003, Return to the Batcave, starring Adam West and Burt Ward. A lot of flashback sequences talking about the show, and then they also have a little modern day adventure as well. You can see Frank Gorshin and Julie Newmar there. And they showed up for this one as well. Interesting, when I was looking at the back notes, it says that this particular movie was co-executive produced by Dawn Wells. Dawn Wells, of course, being Mary Ann from Gilligan's Island. Then the final project, well, actually, it may not be the final project. The last project that has come out on from Adam West was this animated feature. It came out last year. Batman: Return of the Caped Crusaders, and this animated film, of course. Adam West and Burt Ward came back and did voices on it, but also Julie Newmar. Julie Newmar came in and did the Catwoman's voice. Very cool. And then finally, the one non-Batman movie that I have from Adam West, and I picked this up last year, and I really need to get to watching it. The Girl Who Knew Too Much. There was a period where Adam West was being considered for the role of James Bond. So I really need to sit down and watch this movie. Might give me an idea of what he would have looked like as James Bond. Not much in the... And you would think, as many pieces of Batman art that I have on my walls and figures that I have around the house, I would have something that was specifically Adam West, but I don't. Some things I do plan on adding. At some point I'll probably try to pick up. There are some graphic novels. They brought back Adam West and Burt Ward's characters in a series called Batman 66, and they've done a few crossovers like Batman 66 with the Green Hornet, Batman 66, and Wonder Woman 77, which is the Linda Carter Wonder Woman. I'd like to pick up some of those graphic novels, maybe some, and of course the solo Batman 66 stuff. That would be cool to have. But yeah, that's what I have on Adam West. Know my buddy Dave was a big fan of the show, and actually got to meet Adam West. And guys, I was looking on Facebook and saw his picture with Adam West and Burt Ward from a year or two ago. Yeah, so I guess that's it for this video. Yeah, might say a prayer later for Adam West family members and for Burt Ward. But all right, so I guess I will close. Maybe I'll do the Bat-Tusi out of here. Anyway, next time, same Dolphin time, same Dolphin channel. Have a good one, folks.